Hey, and we're live. Hey, what's up guys? James here, playing a game with some Arknights today. Yes! Doing some more Arknights. For the past couple of weeks I've been doing P3 stream, but on Saturdays. Given that we've hit a bit of a lull because of the DLC being mostly farming. Yeah. Because of that, I'm gonna be doing some Arknights today, and yeah, then we'll do some P3 later. Yeah, sorry, a little bit distracted. Hey Demon, what's up, man? We're playing Arknights today, then we'll be playing some P3 later. So I'm just gonna be reading some more story. Continuing off on BB-6. Probably in about 2.5 to 3 hours. Because I expect I won't be able to read everything for Arknights today, and I'll probably stop like halfway. Just because Arknight's story is so long. A piece of iridium crystal lies quietly on the test table, glowing orange-yellow under the light. It looks pure, beautiful, harmless. Priestess, what have we done? I'm afraid not. It's impossible. Doctor, it hurts. Thank you. The doctor picks up the iridium crystal with one hand and stabs it into the arm. What? It leaves a bloody gash on the arm, but nothing else. The pain grows distinct. It is not the pain of iridium infection, so the doctor can't get infected. The instruments show the same. There's no sign of assimilation of iridium and cell. Iridium won't infect me. Did we ever imagine that such pain would come? What'd you say about what's happening to this world? Iridium. The last spark that we have passed on. It's working. Several times more effective than existing suppressants. Army's blood iridium crystal concentration has dropped significantly. But it's just a prototype. I haven't found a way to mass produce it on Terra yet. Doctor, I know you're experimenting on yourself, but you really don't look well. There's some research on blood. Iridium doesn't affect me. We've had safety measures in place since it was just an energy project. Maybe this could be used to mitigate the symptoms of uropathy. And Teresa, she's not like you. Civilite Eterna is not some kind of powerful magic. She has simply created iridium arts in its most fundamental form, through the accumulation of a long legacy. With her help, we may be able to develop more advanced uropathy medicine that can be mass-produced. I'm more concerned about you right now, Doctor. I'm fine. Iridium has transformed you into beings identical to us, and there will be a way to create a serum in place of my own. But how complicated the present issues are. If Babel can develop an effective uropathy medicine, it'll be more than just the sarcasms that support us. It'll be all terror. Then we can foster a future with iridium, one that's peaceful, happy, and eternal. Nah, listen to me. Halsey grabs the doctor's arm. It's a lot thinner than she remembers. You have not relaxed for an instant, from Rim Billiton to the Sarkaz Civil War. I chose to wake you up in order to point the way for this civilization, one that surprised me at every turn. I didn't want you to waste away now. You need to take care of yourself. Sorry. Now though, what I want to do most is alleviate Amia's pain. Three months later. His island of Babel, Castle. See you, Amia. You can come out.
Doctor, am I interrupting anything?
Just curious how you got in when I didn't hear the door open.
Found a lot of secret passages.
Secret passages?
Yeah, Closure said not to tell anyone, so I haven't.
No wonder Dr. Kelsey can't find you for checkups. You've been hiding there all along.
I promise I won't run away if you go with me.
Alright, I'll try to make the time.
You've been really busy. Dr. Kelsey said even she has hardly seen you lately. Whenever I see you, you're all by yourself, carrying a stack of papers, head down, from one end of the corridor to the other. If someone says hi to you, all you do is nod, then keep on walking without a word.
Sounds like you're describing a really rude person. Sorry, Amia.
But that's not what I meant. You just seem really unhappy.
Would you say that?
Before we came to Rhodes Island, you were curious about everything. Huddled up with burning beasts at night, crouched down to look at tiny rocks in the mines, and went to pick fruit from the big beast dens. You enjoyed everything, even the things that didn't interest me as a kid. But now, whenever I talk to you about something fun, all you say is, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Amia. I came to talk to you about it to make you feel happy. Are you unhappy because I'm not getting better?
It's not because of you, Amia. This is about me. And you can hear noises outside the ship, can't you?
Yes, like the huge drills in Rimbilliton. They're so noisy. I don't like them.
Me, Teresa, Dr. Kelsey. We all have a lot of things to do. Not your fault.
Alright.
Do you have time today, Amia?
Yes.
I want to go up the deck and see the clouds. It's going to rain. They have very interesting shapes. I could talk for a long time if there was someone there to listen to me.
Of course. But didn't you have work to do?
It's okay. I'll be done soon. Amia. There comes a day when we can cure apathy. Not just for you, but for all the Terra as well. The day comes that Terrans no longer live in fear of Reginium and catastrophe. Let's go on a journey again, and see the rest of this great land. This time, we'll bring Kelsey in. Reginium will become the light that guides the next civilization. All consciousness sound shall foster new hope in Reginium until the end of time.
Doctor.
It's okay. The doctor just passed out on the deck due to exhaustion.
Thank goodness. It's not something serious. What about the wound on the doctor's arm?
Trying to contract neuropathy. Doctor tried many ways. Breathing in dust, exposure to Reginium, dense environments, even a direct incision with active Reginium. I tried to get the doctor to stop, and I asked Scout to do the same, but no one wants to see the doctor get hurt.
Maybe the doctor is in more pain than we see on the surface.
What about Amia?
Terribly frightened. She wouldn't stop crying. Took a lot of effort to get her to sleep.
Is this sculpture? A gift from rescued infected to the doctor. Ace was the first to hear Amia's cry. He carried the doctor back and left this behind.
See, Doctor? You've established connections with so many people. You're not alone. What are you hiding that you wouldn't even tell Kelsey or me? The doctor truly wants to help Amia and Babel. I can feel that. But I also can't help but feel that the doctor leaves some thoughts unsaid, some concerns, some doubts. I believe these sentiments were the results of such an abrupt awakening, that they would go away in time. They haven't. The doctor is being torn apart by these unsaid things, tormented by hesitation, pain and guilt.
Perhaps I didn't understand the doctor as well as I thought. I don't understand how to ease the doctor's pain, and if neither of us know what the doctor is thinking, then the doctor of Babel will always be alone, all the love and respect notwithstanding.
Kelsey?
Yes? I'll explain to the doctor in time. Teresa puts her hand on the doctor's forehead. Under the warm surface lies a past that she cannot fathom. Civilite Eterna. Virginia must rewrite all. Only then is there value in existence. It's like as if Virginium is some godly substance, like angel dust. From the emergence of intelligent life, to the lights in the cosmos and the maelstrom of the stars, Virginium will continue to replicate and transform, until even time ceases to exist. This is a Virginium? Virginium. The first light before the Big Bang. Or the Big Bang, damn. She said that only by covering every inch of the land in Virginium, only by returning matter and time, tide and wonder, light and wailing, to the vast ocean of information, only then will we find change and advancement, and avert the fate that is the end. Even though it is not a transformation, but a death. It is not an extinction, but a continuation. Those are like two contradictory statements almost, aren't they? When was this memory? The doctor's emotion, pain, hesitation, and fear? Who was that? Accompanied the doctor in despair. Kelsey said there was another. The growth of Originium is silent, beautiful, calm. All signs of life have been overthrown, have grown. Civilization has vanished from this land. But Teresa feels only fear and suffocation. The memory is trembling, collapsing. There is a force somewhere, trying to fix an error. The Originium in the memory continues to grow, even assimilating Teresa's consciousness. Teresa. Kelsey? Oh, yes. She was by my side. Teresa. She seems to see the doctor before her consciousness is fully absorbed by the nebulous Originium light. Teresa. What happened, Teresa? What did you see? I saw Originium. It has assimilated the entire continent. The doctor felt pain and anxiety over it. Was that the doctor's memory? No, a dream? Give me a hand, Kelsey. The feeling, the noise, and the wailing. Teresa, I told you that Originium once decided the distant future of this land. There were two choices. We were too focused on tangible suffering, catastrophe, apathy, casting our eyes towards the future that brought too much difficulty into it. Hey Marcinas, what's up man? Rip Persona Saturdays. I'll play Persona in about 2 to 3 hours because Persona is mostly grinding now. There's not much story, so I'm gonna have to do that short little segment in the dungeon and then do some grinding and then do a little short story and then finish the story for Persona, which roughly goes for maybe 2 hours for Persona. So while I'm at it, let's get some Arknights done. We need to finish Arknight's story. The doctor chose one of them, the future that the doctor spoke of me personally. I could not forget the future that doctor described. Never in all these years. But the other cold and empty thought has often shot up my spine in the middle of the night over the past 10,000 years. I cannot speak of it. But you can sense my anger with your power. That means that Civilite Eterna exists outside of the boundaries of language. So, Teresa, if you saw a future that you are not willing to accept, I hope you, Civilite Eterna, can change the course. Only you can. If you saw the side of myself or the doctor that is strange to you. Kelsey?
No, Kasu, that's not what I meant. The doctor's feelings towards Amiya, towards us, towards you, are sincere. That is truth. Trust the doctor, and trust me. I will find the answer to what is tormenting the doctor, and when. Doctor! Doctor, you're awake.
What happened to me?
You fainted as you were leaving the deck with Amiya.
Where's Amiya?
Shaken, but she's fine. Still in bad shape. What were you thinking?
I want to cure Amiya's neuropathy. I want to change the present state of the Sarkaz. I want to walk among this civilization that I helped create, to take in the vitality of new life, something that we once had, but have long lost. Even if everything that we see, all that we know, all that we cherish, no longer exists after a millennium. Foretelling the new Arknights game, whenever that comes out. Be able to play BB-9 today? Enable administrator level encryption. Image number 0018 admin. Activating recorder. Beginning video record. I slept. The ruins of our homeland nurtured new life. Originium is what guides their development, reshaping the life forms from Talos to have a similar appearance to us. I'm rather fortunate. I've been able to leap across the millennia to communicate with them. I've even considered myself one of the people of this land for a time, experiencing their past and future. But in the end, I am not with you. I have even begun to feel uneasy about Teresa's efforts. If the Originium project ends in failure, no, even if it is merely postponed for some time, Teresa, Kalsu, even the future I promised to Amiya. The inhabitants of this planet, as some of the few life forms known to us, are but illusions that will break at the slightest touch. I've been lying to them and to myself for a very long time now, but how will I explain to Kalsu, or to Teresa, Amiya? Am I supposed to tell them that all the pain they have been through is the key to their salvation, and they must stop fighting? That all the Terran civilization is a fleeting dream, and only by being assimilated into Originium that will we have the opportunity to avert our fate? Seeing the lives of those they call the infected dissipate like smoke brings pain to my heart. It has long been a common sight on Terra. It always marks the end of life. Sorrow and sorrowful and cruel. It's been too long since I heard a full voice full of life. I can't just see them as unexpected sparks. What I see cannot be called a warrior's death. Rather, they have given in to the Originium's assimilation, passing through death to join the assimilated universe, a chance where life can break through the deepest darkness. Should I bow in silence at their deaths, or should I quietly rejoice at the smooth progression of the project? It is for this reason that Teresa dedicates herself to her research. Kalsu, our AMA-10, has also chosen to believe in the potential of Terra, chosen to resist Originium and put an end to the war. But what about me? The Originium project was built upon the efforts of countless generations, and in that time, billions of our compatriots have died, all in exchange for a mere 10,000 years that I've spent waiting and waiting. And now, the flint and tinder are in my hands. After all the long years, how could I abandon it? Because Terra has left me pleasantly surprised in a few short years. Because of the choices that Teresa and Kalsu made. Even if Amiya has moved me to compassion, would I not have been the selfish one all along? They awakened me to be their salvation, but in truth I am destined to bring them to annihilation. They awakened me, their destroyer, as if I were their savior. Amiya, Kalsu, what should I do? Priestess, what should I do? Perhaps I should reveal everything to Kalsu and Teresa. Virginium has led them down roughly the correct path. Arrogant though it may be, this has been sufficient for those souls to perform a new kind of miracle. Perhaps I must re-examine Teresa and Kelsey's plan. Babel's research has proceeded faster than expected, but Terra's political structure is rather primitive, and Babel does not yet have the ability to transcend the barriers of race and nation, so that it may represent Terra as a whole. Believe in Terra. Believe in the people to build their own future. Carry on with the project. At least the vestiges of those who came before can live on within Originium. Believe in her. Stop her.
Well, how could I ever blame you? I understand your dilemma. Our debates are far beyond what those little life forms known as humans could participate in. But this is the only way. You and I both know that much. If perhaps we still have the time before its return, we can envision things together, achieve them together, describe anything and everything within the boundaries of the universe together. Hope that in those fragile moments, you'll always stand by my side. You will, won't you?
That concludes my report, Your Highness.
The military commission seems to be certain we will retake Region C810's village and supplies. But by building an outpost there, they've already fallen into a trap.
There are, however, some maleficers who have begun to use tactics completely different from Manfred's. This is highly irregular. Spies have reported seeing Naxxarahs entering the troops' camp.
Let's tell them. What does the doctor make of it?
The doctor believes that no matter how the Sarkaz god of war intends to participate in this conflict, arrangements will be thrown in complete disarray.
What about you?
Everyone is well aware that many members of the royal court have always favoured the military commission, which advocates for reprisals and violence. On account of certain restrictions, one that you might even call rules of the convention, none of them are willing to participate in the civil war. If the sovereigns were to decide to wage war upon us in Kazdal, those Sarkaz who have not yet returned would once more be unable to find Babel in the map. Practically speaking, if the court sides against us, the military gap will be concerning. Plus those that support us are, for the most part, not warriors or soldiers. For many of our troops, it's the first time they have ever held a weapon. This is why I must speak my mind. No matter how you look at the facts, the situation is changing dramatically.
I understand. Keep monitoring the Naxxarah court.
If Natsalam is no longer holding back, then Dukarel is likely to act as well. For 3 weeks in a row, the Rose River Bank has no ships.
The Rose River Bank is a most excellent spy network, able to deceive anyone they so wish, except for their sovereign lord. Tell them to pull out immediately. Leave Kazdal if they must. Lie low in their other lands.
It will be done. I'll take my leave then, Highness.
The Royal Court. They possess the most direct capacity to use force. Nassalam only agreed to hand over command because he was promised a war that would reshape the land. Although rather troublesome, it is a challenge that we would have had to face sooner or later, if we were to achieve all that we hoped for. Babel does not blindly reject violence. It is clear to us all that is necessary. We must use force to defend our beliefs. This also means that the Sarkaz will further devour themselves, venting the hate they hold for the land by setting themselves ablaze. It will mean the end of us.
Defeating the military commission will not solve all our problems. We must give closure to the Sarkaz, who have grown up knowing only hatred and suffering, in other regards as well. As for Eripathy and Originium.
Please, Centaur.
Highness.
Wounds have not yet fully healed, Escalon. There's no need for you to make your report in person.
I've recovered. Besides, this is top priority. Hodor's team has successfully intercepted a witchcraft decoder. The Doctor has already begun deciphering our enemy's codes. I believe we should see results soon.
Is that so? Enos, W. You have done very well.
Thank you, Your Highness. I hope we'll crack our enemy's comms as quickly as possible, so we can plan our next ops.
Where's your captain, by the way?
Belro took a few flesh wounds, nothing too serious. He's getting treated in the infirmary right now.
If that's the case, I will not waste your time. Go to him.
Of course. Thank you kindly, Highness. W.
Eh? What?
Go to Hodor.
Oh, Alright, got it. Guess he still ain't dead.
That is all, Your Highness. I have other business.
That reminds me. I still haven't thought of a real name for the girl, have I?
Which girl? 1093, winter. Weather, rainy. Kasdal border, Kasdal. The doctor listens to the pitter-patter of the rain of the leaves, eyes closed. Drip, drop. Doctor's heart rages, filled with torment. A foul beast cries out in the distance. Answer my questions, or die here. Ask away. Are you betraying Babel? I've never been a Babel member, but I've also never abandoned them to face their struggles alone. Why have you come to me? For a request? I will not speak to a myth with no name, evil spirit. Who are you? Doctor. No, is that Teresa's? Teresa's lowers his weapon, the rain falling from the corners of his eyes onto the earth. He does not look at the one who invited him to this clandestine meeting, instead gazing upwards at the colossal statues of so-called heroes. Statues raised to commemorate the founding of the nomadic city of Kasdal by a pair of twins. Even after 100 years, his stone self still stands, sword drawn by her side, despite the best efforts of catastrophe and storm. Not long after she had crushed the rebellion that sought to destroy the new city, the joyful people of Kasdal invited us to witness the unveiling of these two statues. Heroes. They were to watch over the border we had marked with our own two hands, for generations to come, warning our foes, welcoming our friends. I once swore an oath to her below the statue. My sword would behead all who stand against her. The doctor stares at the statue of Teresa's, gaze unbreaking. Does the military commission not stand against her? No. There is no part of Kasdal that has truly risen up against her. The foe is me alone. And what of you? Teresa looks at the figure before him, rainwater gathering at the hem of the long, hooded coat, rhythmically dripping onto the ground. The shallow puddles below ripple as falling drops strike them. You ought to remember that most Sarkas who once lived here have long since died, lost to history. There are only a handful left who know how to find this place. You came here on foot. How far have you walked? Very far. You have broken the witchcraft cipher but created by Manfred's team that he's so proud of. My audio is being a little bit weird. That's my audio. Good shit. But I love audio issues. You can see that it's coming through the stream. I can't hear myself properly. test. I don't know how the audio is coming through. I can see it's coming through. It's being weird. Is the audio? Huh? Is that? Oh. It's time. Wow, I tried to fix the signal. Blah 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 blah. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, okay. That sounds better. Slightly, slightly, slightly. Slightly better. Slightly better. Better. Yes, yes. Okay. Okay, that's better. Damn. Not best, but I can kind of hear my time. Okay. Is that working? No. Okay, okay. Kind of, almost there, almost there. Okay, okay. Did that a long time ago. It's never told. Ah, still on. What's that? Just go direct. That. Maybe that's better. Kind of. Yeah. Kind of. I think I need to speak a little bit louder. I'm just gonna restart my PC. But I have to like skip it. We'll see. The BRB guys. Okay, we're back. Hang on. So audio is good now. I think as a restart would fix it. It's always how it goes with tech issues, you know, just turn it off and turn it back on. That's how it works. Anyway. Reading. Let's get back to this. Okay. I did that a long time ago. Just never told anybody. Even Teresa believes that I only began my work recently, meaning I'm in possession of nearly all of the Military Commission's battle plans. Yikes. So I created this opportunity to meet you, alone. You were confident that I would not kill the strategist who poses the greatest threat. I'm confident that what I'm about to offer is worth enough that you won't. Technology that can control Originium. How far can you go under so much pressure from Victoria? How do you plan to completely change the Sarkaz, and even this entire land? I can give you the answer you need. You're a boastful one. So what is it you wish me to do, evil spirit? Destroy Babel. Scatter her followers. Let Teresa in on your plans. Unify the Sarkaz under a castle ruled by the Military Commission. The Doctor has imagined the emotions that speaking these words would incite many times over. So that's why W's fucking pissed at Doctor. Makes a lot of sense. Destroy Babel. Only a sense of relief came over the Doctor. The Doctor stares at the statue of Teresa, unmoving, without the slightest hint of emotion. You and I never relied on the charity of our enemies, in the course of leading Castle to where it stands today. It is true that this war will only end with the decisive defeat of one of us, but you should not be the one to propose it. Proceed. Tell me more of why you would make this request, evil spirit of an age long gone. You already know. There are no surprises here. Considering the near 200 years you and Teresa spent working together, you should be able to guess. I seek the expansion of Originium. Babel's struggles will only prolong the dying gasps of this land, Teresa's. No matter if you resist it or accept it, Originium will take on myriad forms, drawing all of civilization into her embrace. Have you ever looked up at the sky? Beyond that sky, far beyond the twin moons, there's a place we would once return to. Where we would sleep peacefully. But I'm the only one left, speaking with you. In the course of the Sarkaz's eternal search for the remains of dead gods to fend off your enemies, have you ever wondered? Just read that again. Why did those gods die? The rain intensifies. The Doctor draws tight the trademark hood and stands below the towering statues. The shadows of the statues envelop the doctor, making this figure seem even more insignificant. Teresa suddenly feels that the one standing before him in the rain is even harder to read than before. The burden I bear is greater than the future of the Sark House. If I must destroy some things to create a ladder I hope for, I'll do it. It's all I can do. I've already hesitated for far too long. Destroy some things to create a ladder. You speak lightly of sacrifice. Nothing light here, Graces. Believe me when I say, you couldn't even conceive of what I've been through. Do I see your sincerity for our cooperation? Is the shard not good enough? Not enough for you? Is even with the help of the commissary, you? It is not. It is far from enough, evil spirit. It is only enough to spare your life, only enough to stop me, leader of the military commission, from killing a fated foe here and now. Require an even more direct means to advance this war to the next stage. If you wish for the Babel members to be spared, then so be it. The military commission promises you that as long as Babel concedes defeat and departs Kazdal, it will not exterminate those who desert or stop or surrender. But you know what you must do in return. Huh. Who would have thought that the evil spirit, who so roused the interest of the Naxara king, would be such a coward? You can't both let Teresa live and allow the Babel members to leave safely. It's a total contradiction. Really? So the doctor gets Teresa killed. Man, what the? Oh, man. Only with the destruction of Babel and the complete eradication of its members can Teresa leave for Londinium with me. Otherwise, it would merely be a case of the military commission washing and dispersing yet another group of civilians, migrants, and pacifists. Even without my order, such things will happen naturally. Perhaps you believe that Teresa will be willing to step back and watch it before her eyes? She will not, and so she will resist. You know what I ask of you. If you truly wish to save the many who stand by your side, make them willingly admit defeat and surrender to me. Then slay the king. I'm alive! Ah. I really wish there was something I could do about this, but yeah, it just happens. It is what it is. Close that. Turn off that. Okay. Okay. Let's get back to this. I will allow Babel to leave. As it collapses, it will no longer be considered a sarcasm devil, and it will grow weak, drifting to the edges of civilization. Destroy some things to create a ladder. There is nothing light about this. In your opinion, what is the meaning behind this civil war? What meaning would her death hold? Reclaiming our lands, rebuilding our homes, ending discrimination, revitalizing our race. You'll have heard these platitudes many times. They're too complex, and yet too simple. Merely a small and pitiful species, trying to grasp their fate. See. In that case, I will tip the scales of destiny. Destroy Babel, divide them, weaken them. Allow them to return to their former lives, so that they know a moment of peace in the final century. That way, we don't have to kill Teresa. At the very least, we can minimize the loss of life. Fretting over violence serves only to stifle you. You understand the Starkers better than most, but perhaps still not well enough. I have a question myself, Doctor. The evil spirit of a bygone age. You who call yourself a giant, a god, a supreme creator, who could dictate the fate of the Sarkaz. Are you the only one of your kind? I am. That is good to know. Go, now, without guilt, and do what you have decided to do. If you worry there will be no one to tear you down from your lofty heights, or judge your sins, don't. I will do it, evil spirit. Until there are none left to toy with our fate. The Doctor listens to the splashing of the puddles behind, the sound of footsteps fading into the distance. Teresis is gone, wishing to stay not a moment longer. Pale sunlight begins to seep through the gaps between the statues. The Doctor cannot feel the slightest bit of warmth from it. The heroes continue to gaze into the distance. They do not look beneath their feet. There stands a figure who does not leave for a long time. What in the fuck did I just read? That was the before, right? Or was that the after? Let me just check. Yeah, it was the before. 1094. The nomadic city of Castle. Please wait, General. You are too impatient. But General, Duke's envoy was almost ready to be spit on. Did we get what we wanted? We got partial usage rights for the industrial era, and the right to cross the border. But did it have to be so humiliating? The Victorian dukes have you at the beck and call, treating us Sarkaz like tamed beasts. Is not what our soldiers were deployed from the Civil War promised, General. Not all we decided. Perhaps you would prefer the Victorians retreat Treat the Sarkaz as the greatest enemy from the beginning, banding together to face us? Understand. I know it's necessary for our enemies to think us weak, but this... Within our ranks feel this is terribly dishonorable. Did I promise them honor? Do the Sarkaz have honor in the eyes of the Victorians? You have been far too impetuous lately, Manfred. Dignity is of high import. You fight for the rights of your men, and thus do people respect you. For these ordinary times, perhaps I too would commend you. But do you remember what we are here to do? We are preparing to steal the heart of a nation. To bring the greatest empire on this great land to its knees. Their prejudices have left them weak, and the Sarkaz are in hunger. We truly need is neither honor nor respect. I understand. You men prepared? Ready to depart at a moment's notice. Our people sent in advance to Londinium will support us. The final deadline for our arrival is dictated by the Duke of Cavendish's request is fast approaching. We can set out at any time. Good. Then we march to destroy Victoria. Been on duty this entire time? Yes, sir. Stand down for now. I wish to be alone for a while. Of course, sir. Once the guards leave, Manfred takes out a wine glass he had placed to the side. Care for a drink? You never drank before. I still don't. But the general has ordered me to learn Victorian etiquette, all preparation for our upcoming duty. I've learned rather recently that every meal those nobles pair every meal with multiple kinds of wine. Huh? You gotta word that better, man. Each requiring its own unique glass. Remember when we were young, and the general led us to our ancient battlefield for swordplay? The night was cold, and only after the general made some soup did we realize we had nothing to hold it in. Thankfully, the battlefield was nothing short of spent shells, and you used those to fashion 4 cups. You, me, the general, and her highness, carrying cups made out of shell casings while sitting on the front of the fire. I remember, it was a peaceful night. Just like this one. The frigid moonlight of late winter falls through the window. Manfred rests his hand upon his sword hilt that was equally as cold. The air is still, and the two of them can hear the other's heartbeat. You're going to Londinium tomorrow. You wish to see the general. And you couldn't. Otherwise you wouldn't have come to see me. I gave up. I found that when I caught a glimpse of him from a distance, the first thought that came to my mind was that I should kill him. There and then. Then you should applaud yourself for maintaining some reason. So you decided to come to me. I heard you've improved your swordsmanship. Why don't we see it for ourselves? I've never been able to best you. Don't beg for mercy before you even fallen. There was the one time we fought in Her Highness's study. We knocked down an entire bookshelf, and the general took our weapons away and made us tidy up the room within 30 minutes. I knew that you did it on purpose, wanting attention from their highnesses. Is that so? Ascalon hides herself way in the shadows in the blink of an eye. Another blink, and Manfred feels a chill running across his side of his neck. He didn't have the time to draw his sword and fight back. He didn't have the time to even think about fighting back. Perhaps he was too tired. If I cut your neck here, at least there will be no need for you to die in Londinium. I could just throw your corpse into the furnace. It would spare many from dying on a distant battlefield in a foreign land. If you've made your decision, then kill me here. It will be but your final choice. You've made yours, I see. The General says you lack conviction, but I don't think he's entirely correct.
You shouldn't speak so much when someone has your life in their hands.
It is only recently that I've realized I'm not as resolute as you. We have been brought to where we are by the invisible tides of fate, but ever since the day this war started, there's no going back for us.
Then do your best to survive. I won't hold back next time.
The silent assassin stows her blade up her sleeve and slowly steps back into the shadows. Neither will I. If only this was our last meeting. It's Island of Babel, Hasdor. Cold wind scatters the thick clouds of late winter, allowing sunlight to peek through the gaps and spread out across the bridge of the ship. Down the stairs, Ascalon stands moving by the guardrail. She shuts her eyes tight, enjoying the fleeting warmth of the sunshine. There's a clear rustling of cloth dragging against the ground. A shadow flit across the assassin's face, blocking out the rays of sunlight.
Sorry, Ascalon. Did I disturb your rest? I thought I wouldn't make any sound if I took off my shoes.
No, you're welcome at any time.
The ground's cold. You should put your shoes back on, Your Highness. Nothing you wish to tell me, Ascalon?
You mean?
The reason you returned to Castle.
It was my own decision.
I thought you wouldn't agree.
And I didn't know how to bring it up with Your Highness.
Why would I not agree, Ascalon? Since it was your decision, I would trust your judgment. Did you manage to see them?
Fred and Teresa's are both well.
I can believe that. They're strong men. We should finish our preparations soon as well. The operation to retake Castle isn't too far off now. Why does your heart, or your brow, seem even more furrowed than before?
Our recent combat plans have been radical. They've won us some battles too. Still, I've been feeling uneasy. Babel has changed a lot, especially.
Yes?
The Doctor. The Doctor has changed a lot too. Become more efficient, more clinical. It's like the Doctor's now a machine that never makes mistakes.
That's just what a commander should be, no? Why would that make you worry?
We've got an incredible commander now, sure. But I think I trust the weirdo who kept falling off a bird and beast more. Is now really the best time to attack Castle, Your Highness?
Your intuition has always been on the mark.
You've had your worries too?
Do you remember? We've faced countless insurmountable odds over the years, but we've overcome them all. I believe that we can go through what comes next as well.
Always been in danger, yes.
Babel carries the hope of many, Ascalon. Faith has gotten us this far. We cannot stop now. We've always been at a disadvantage against the military commission. Now most of the forces have redeployed to Londinium. There's a one-of-a-kind opportunity. We have no choice.
I'll be at your side, keeping you safe.
Now, Ascalon. In the future, you must go further afield to protect others. Relax for now, and bask in the sunlight for a moment.
What's up, man?
Happiness. Remember to not always rest on your feet. If you're tired, you should go and enjoy a nice nap in your room.
I'll remember. Sunlight shines upon Ascalon's face once more. It is bright and warm. The moment the shadow faded away, she suddenly felt some peculiar emotion flooding through her chest. At the time, she was unable to describe what it was. It dawned on her many years later, on another sunny day. It was an unwillingness to part ways. Londinium, Victoria. Mercenaries! Message from His Grace the Duke. Storm Londinium like this was well done. Assemble in Central in an hour. You'll be reviewed there, then you'll receive your bounty. Hey, did you get all that? Yes, your orders have been received. Do let the Duke know on my behalf that we will be there on time. The Sarkas thank him for his generosity. Uppity devils. It will well be a rare fine day in Londinium, if it were not for the gun smoke filling the air. From atop the towering city walls, one can see the entirety of this ancient city. The general in his blood-stained uniform says not a word, his gaze fixed on the great edifice in the center of the city. In the skies above Londinium, a dark cloud floats by. Man. I'm so conflicted, damn it. Spring 1094. It's Island of Babel, Castle. I knew you would come, Ascalon. I'm the only one left. Indeed. After a few years here, you're the only one left, and everyone I knew. This upcoming mission of yours. In Londinium, you knew that already. To tell you the truth, I'm a little bit bothered by it. This isn't my first time going undercover, but it's the first time for me to step outside of Castle. Did you used to travel around for months? It's not the same as going to Victoria, though. You're going to be a sleeper agent in Teresa's mercenary army. The time is right. You'll be provoking an armed rebellion. Will killing Teresa's really solve our problems? No. The Military Commission is no longer reliant on any one strongman. This is exactly what Teresa's wants. So the best way for you to accomplish your mission is to cause a disturbance at the right time. It will sow doubts among the Victorian dukes, and they can do the dirty work for you. Londinium is the heart of Victoria. They've got nowhere to run. The city will witness the downfall of the entire Military Commission. And then you guys will beat up the whole Naxara court and take back Castle, right? Still, Julie, you should. Don't be like that. I've been undercover before. It's just, you know, having to fool both Teresa's and the Victorians at the same time. I've barely met any feline who could do that. I've even been practicing my Victorian just for this. That's not what I meant. Never mind. Here, for you. What's this? My old clothes? My name's been sewn into the lining. Did Her Highness do this? Her Highness wanted to give this to you in person. I don't want you two to meet at this point. I would rather she not have to suffer too much. You know what I mean. You know that everyone involved in this plan is considered sacrificed already. Her Highness knows this. She wanted to say goodbye to you all in person, but that would only make it hard for her to sleep at night. So I lied to her. I told her you all left earlier than planned. Sorry, Julie. I wanted to meet Her Highness too. Julie does not reply. She strokes the name sewn into her clothes with linen, feeling its rough texture in the silence. Julie. She remembers how Her Highness would teach him lessons. She's more used to killing people than learning things in a classroom. Although she would doze off as she didn't understand a thing, she knew in her heart that everything Her Highness said was right. That's why she has never raised a question in class. Who wouldn't want to see Her Highness one last time? But I don't mind it's you who gives me this. I learned a lot from you in these past few years too. You're not thinking you might be more qualified for this mission than I am, are you? I'm not. There are some people that actually mentioned you at the meeting earlier. We all agreed it's best you stay in Castle with Her Highness. As for me, I've always been on my own, so I was the first to suggest. You could go and join the Scouts team. I remember you already applied for it. That was just because I wanted to learn everything I could from a hero. Also that I could beat you one more time. But fight more or less in the same way. It's kind of a bummer leaving without having sparred enough with you. really wouldn't be telling you all this if it wasn't for the fact I'm about to head off already. Do you have anything else you'd like to say? Nope. I never expected my first time leaving home would be my last. I also never expected the person sending me off would be the unsmiling, silent head assassin who's always standing by the king's side. To me, honestly, Skull, it's a like out there, in the lands beyond Castle. Skull does not answer. It seems that Julie did not expect to receive one in the first place. Julie simply gets up and leaves at a languid pace, as though she was just heading off to get to a battle of top-notch wine. Bottle. Ascalon watches her as she walks off into the distance. Suddenly feels like there is something unfamiliar about Julie. The same feeling as if she were unable to recognize her reflection in the mirror. Three months later. Village on the outskirts of Londinium, Victoria. Come out already. There's no use hiding. You received the info while in the city that there's a squad heading off to Casdal. That must be you lot, right? Blocked off all the other routes out of this village. Don't think about passing through me here. Got you. Look at your wins and all. I doubt you could beat a civilian in that state. He shakes her sword with disdain, licking off the blood from it. Or maybe you're waiting for your buddies to come help you out. The others are all dead. How's the door now? All your friends are dead. So why does it feel like you're breathing a sigh of relief? Death is but a mercy, friend. Who the hell are you guys? That does not matter. Blade struck true. He hears the assassin break out in laughter under her blade. Only once he has finally stopped breathing does she peel off his mask. Julie freezes. She thinks hard for a long while, before finally realizing the identity of Sarkaz based on the marred birthmark at the corner of his eye. His portrait had been circulated around the Scar Market's book of bounties before. He had many aliases, but nobody knew what his real name was. He'd been active for far too long, long enough to become the subject of boasts and quips from drunken mercenaries. But the two horns that marked his bloodline and identity had been cut clean off, leaving eternal scars on his head. These are the masked nut jobs willing to die for their cause. They also like chopping their horns off. She needed to go this far to muster enough courage to assassinate Romulus. It's because she had to bear a steel against the King of Sarkaz, against one of the 6 heroes. Whatever. I can tell just by looking at you that you haven't dealt with a Romulus Teresa before. Don't you worry. I'll burn away your faces. Sure, you'll be turned into some real stinky charcoal, but it beats being remembered as a sinner. You guys can't go back to Castle. This is the only thing I can do to help you. To be honest, I don't think you and I are all that different. I can't go back to Castle either. Julie and her companions pile up the assassin's corpses, set the grisly pyramid alight, then set off in the direction of Londinium. The blaze behind them crackles. A thought suddenly pops up in Julie's mind. The furnace in Castle doesn't sound like this. What was it like? She heard it all the time when she was little. Can't remember any of it. How's it? Our leads have been deployed to all the key strategy, but... Good. Listen up. There is a clear power gap between us and the military commission. Laying siege to Castle would have been an impossible operation. But thanks to the Duke of Cavendish's ultimatum, Teresa's has marched to Londinium earlier than planned. Castle now only has some of the royal court factions aligned with the military commission to oversee it. He has almost abandoned the city. This has no doubt left both civilians and remaining soldiers in disarray. Once the banner of the military commission falls, Her Highness Teresa will proclaim that they have abandoned Castle, and in turn proclaim the liberation of Castle by Babel. This battle line will be formed by multiple points rather than an entire front. We must strike swiftly and precisely. Consider the disparity in military strength. Almost every single one of our personnel who still heeds the command of Babel has been assigned to taking the city. Thus, our landship's defense will be relatively weak. Our Highness Teresa will remain on the landship to balance the situation. Retain a suitable force to guard the ship too, my personal command. Once the city gates of Kasdal have been broken open, and the path to the Soul Furnace has been made, it's been safe. Her Highness will meet with the main army at all speed. We have 6 hours to storm the city, else the military commission will have this opportunity to organize a powerful counterattack. When that time comes, our weaker Babel forces will be exposed to danger. With the setting sun, Babel will capture the furnace and the royal courts at Chamber, and the banner of Babel will rise with the moons. When that time comes. Ceasefire will resound across all Kasdal. I have faith that we will all succeed.
Wonderful organization, Doctor.
Just some big talk meant to boost morale. I'm sure Kelsey and our experienced fighters can see right through it. It's going to take heavy losses.
It's not quite Teresa's style, allowing so many flaws to go exposed. But I trust you, Doctor. I believe that with this price we must pay, we can take back Kasdal. Teresa's is going to fight for the power he most craves in Londinium. If our assumptions are correct, once he tears apart that umbrella, he'll set his sights back in the city.
Is there no room for 2 Kasdals in this great land?
Perhaps there is, but if we were to split our combined strength in 2, then we will not be able to resist the next invasion of our enemies. For while the city can always be rebuilt, what the Sarkas have truly failed to do for millennia is to unify. Even the military commission failed to gather together all the surviving factions of the royal court. Are you wondering if things would be different if it was Teresa's super crown?
No, they wouldn't. The Sarkas who came rushing into the city, escaping from wars and trying to feed themselves, will still band together and fight the king. To band together. Such a simple and yet unimaginable way to put it.
Indeed. According to Kelsey's rough calculations, the population of Sarkas currently living in Kasdal only constitutes 30 to 40% of all Sarkas across Terra. A unification under the banner of hate would be effective yet short-lived. Unification under peace allows us to discuss development and our future. It's not that Teresa's old Sarkas does not understand all this, it's just that the war broke out anyway. Even if we take Kasdal back, Doctor, perhaps this war still go on. But maybe it will do for now. After our victory, I'd like you to take a look around the city. There's my home, and the home of many Babel members. It's also Kelsey's home. You have fought for Babel for so long, yet you have never set foot in the homeland of our memories. I haven't been a very good host in this deal of ours, have I, Doctor? See how the Soul Furnace brings light and heat to Kasdal, the city built on our plain. And you might see why we are so greedy in our desire for a peaceful tomorrow.
I will. This is a trap by the Doctor, isn't it? Oh God. I'm mad at the Doctor. Outskirts of an abandoned town, Kasdal. Wait, we're the bad guys? How are things in town, Otto?
Still pursuing the remaining mercenaries. They're pretty much all holed up inside some abandoned buildings. I'm afraid it will take a while to root them all out.
Don't be reckless. Pay attention to the time and don't forget what the Doctor said. Our objective is to clear the flanks, then regroup on the battlefield ASAP.
I know. If not for the Doctor's contingency plan, we most likely would have been gotten by that ambush of this. Something strange in this. It's clear that this town's right in the path of the catastrophe. So why would this gang of mercs risk ambushing us here?
I'm still investigating that myself.
We just need to find their leader then. Ask Glenn. Although I can't guarantee that they'll have answers we need.
Stay safe.
Catastrophe. Its brutal winds better at Ascalon. Faint blasts from the horizon distract her, as though they are reminding her. Destined to walk along this path. It's you.
Long time no see. You've grown, Ascalon. You really have toughened yourself up on the battlefield over the last few years.
I assumed you would have joined that man huddling behind Unlindium's walls like a coward.
Me? Follow the region.
I'm afraid you got that wrong, Ascalon.
Mercenaries never follow anyone. All we care about is profit. Here in Castle, the only thing that helps you earn that profit is violence. Lucky for us, we have the knack of sniffing it out. Actually, I'm happy to help everyone see what prospects might show up on this list of jobs and are suitable. After all, the Scarmaker never makes wrong investment decisions.
Ascalon's sleeve blade stabs at the giant's back.
You can find his hand blocking the attack.
It seems that his hand has been there all along.
No movement is detected.
If he thought that you could stop us yourself, then I'm afraid that he's living in a fantasy.
Yeah, Ascalon. The mercenaries are here because of the Regent's mission. Yes, it's none of my business. But if you ever wonder why I'm here, I'm here to see you, Ascalon. Completely unrelated matter.
Ascalon, to town! Another ambush!
Order! I didn't say you could leave, Ascalon. The moment these people stepped into that town, their fates were sealed. You can't save them. Do you still remember the first time we met? We're already at the confluence of our fate. Here I see a rather abrupt ending. I've always wondered, could I change that ending? Perhaps I could dredge up a stone from the rough rapids of destiny and place it wherever I want, to see what ripples that would arise that should not exist in the first place. Got the Cyclops control prophecy. Get lost. Or die. I already told you, there's no need to try for any surprise attacks. I can see them coming.
Traces has told me many things. There's only one thing I remember clear as crystal. The blade in my hand could solve most of my problems. Sky, can you see nothingness? A thick mist, mingled with dust, spreads across the area. Everything is indistinct. The assassin's figure gradually becomes a blur in the fog. Doesn't matter if it's fate or prophecy, I've had enough of your tricks. You believe you can see beyond time. You believe you can rely on fate to guide you to your profit. But you're nothing more than an addict playing at a fortune teller in the end, Sky. Ascalon's voice fades away. The giant's ears only hear the wind. The giant's eyes only see the mist. Strange. Even though he can see 100 different ways of his own death whenever he wakes up now, he sees none. Crack. His mask shatters. His eyes have been hidden beneath that mask for nearly a century. He doesn't need to see reality. Too many people, too many things, all unworthy of his sight. And as the evening light rushes into the cracks of his mask, seeping into his dilated pupils. Do you see their death now? No, he sees the precipice. The rapid waters of confluence of fate are flowing over it. Before we continue this fight, Ascalon, allow me to give you a prophecy, free of charge. A story. That was the start of 8. Someplace in the wilderness, Hasdal. I can read? What is this? I can read? Ian can read? Prophecy? As if this could be prophecy. Ascalon did not kill me. What has been spoken since
It still requires discernment. What has been discerned can still be altered. The essence of prophetic arts is merely conjecture and calculation. No wonder there is no destiny that can't be deified. The Cyclops court is nothing more than a big sick joke. That hurts. I didn't die under Ascalon's blade. This isn't what I prophesized. Then maybe she's the one who should have died. She's bound to come confirm that I'm dead. When that happens, you lot can nail it down her shadow and rip her to shreds. She's wounded too. I didn't get all beat up for nothing after all. What are you guys doing? You're aiming at me? Really? Who bought you off? Nobody, boss. It's just a good opportunity to get a promotion. An opportunity? I see. Babel's into the city, and you can take my head to curry favor for it. If Babel loses, you can always go back to the Scar Market. Nothing to lose. Scar silently looks at the soldiers he set up for the ambush himself. The wind sweeps past, carrying the faint scent of his blood. It's a good plan, fellas. Fate did not kill him. He made it. He had reversed the prophecy. And then he died atop a stage of his own making. Londinium, Victoria. The huge palace complex situated in the center of Londinium is always too quiet. Croesus disdains the apathetic nobles who live within. He only respects those who put their lives on the line to fight a way out and come up to him. Did they use the friendship breaker? Yes. There was lots of friendship made along the way. Even if the swords that they raise are pointed at Teresa's himself. Showing mercy to your enemies will only result in your own death, Manfred. Do not repeat that mistake again. Forgive me, General. I thought... Focus on the enemy. It seems these traitors have been sharpening their blades for this ambush for a while now. They have stirred the hearts of the Victorians. We are the only ones who can extinguish this rebellion now. By the time he murmurs his covert orders, a group of silent figures are already appearing in the chaotic battlefield. Like a passing gale riding the raindrops in a storm. Stand back. We'll handle these guys. Billy, you and the rest keep going. Even in a video game, the Victorians try and steal our culture. Got it. Don't even think of getting close to the general. No need to rush. It'll be your turn soon. The general's guard captain, assassin. Then you're gonna want to hold your sword tight. An inconspicuous arc sweeps past Julie's eyes. A chill runs through her spine. Her body stiffens. She thinks of the day that she saw Her Highness in the Scar Market. At the time, she did not even dare raise the sword. Enough, Manfred. General! They have come to take me in search of an honorable death, not a mercy. They are using their lives to show me the future as they see it. You can find Arknights treasures in the British Museum. You're in a race. She is facing countless threats in Castle, just as we are here. Such a race only ends with my life, or hers. I will give you a chance. Come, Deathmongers. Kill me. Do not disappoint Teresa. Countdown. 2 hours, 7 minutes, 21 seconds. Shadow. The gates have fallen. They're about to come through. Countdown. 1 hour, 33 minutes, 48 seconds. Notify all operations within the city to disarm the patrolling troops. These 2 hours in DBZ time, because that's 2 anime seasons then. There's been a lot of time skips through this story, this event. So it's a bit hard to piece it together, like to understand the time difference between them all. A, because dates are hard to remember. B, because it's hard to visualize the different lengths. The defenses in the city are weak. A lot of mumbo jumbo, you're saying? Yeah. It's pretty much just the military commission's defense forces. We'll strike at them before they can regroup. Move fast. Even if both sides are trying to prevent the battle from spreading to the city, this is still rather irregular. Send all our intelligence back to the doctor. All operating teams, quicken your pace and stay vigilant at all times. Take down the military commission's flag in the plaza, and tune our radio into all frequencies in the city. Countdown, 49 minutes, 59 seconds. Prepare for the landship's connection. We want to let Her Highness and the others enter the region that we can control ASAP. Also contact Ascalon's team. Tell them to rendezvous quickly. 3 teams have already completed their deployments ahead of schedule. Where to next, Dr. Kasu? Former side of Babel. Babel's flag has not been raised there for many years. Kelsey walks along the street. She is still familiar with the route to Babel's offices. The sarcasms on the street quietly move about, climbing as high as they can on the surrounding buildings, gazing at the same ruins within the city. A flag that has not been seen in Castle for many years slowly rises. It's returned. Butcher's latest report says we've managed to completely clear 5 main raids. If everything is going according to plan, Kelsey should have seen the fires of the Soul Furnace by now. Castle's defenses are all but crippled, Doctor. We can board the city now. Good. But the military commission will not give up on Castle. If we want complete control of the city, we still need a bit more time. By then we might not be able to completely avert the destruction of Castle Center City. Wait. I felt them. What? They are still here, but they have no intention of aiding anyone. It seems that some arrogant bystanders have joined our battle. Teresa. I also feel enemies, not ordinary ones. Their souls burn with killing intent, sorrow, misery, and determination. The military commission's assassins. They intend to use the city as bait all along, so they can inflict heavy damage on Babel's headquarters. This is also within my calculations, but this time there's no wagering or planning our way out of this. We must defeat the assassins, then return to our city. Go control the landship's defense systems and mount a defense. Go, Doctor. We need not bring another fight into this city, not as it bathes in the twilight afterglow. Countdown, 22 minutes, 48 seconds. Closure, have you made contact with the landship? Still no response. I'm still overriding the city broadcast power settings and trying to expand its range. Maybe the landship's comms have a temporary malfunction. I'm doing my best to bring it back online. Countdown, 12 minutes, 57 seconds. I sense something peculiar, Dr. Castle. My mother, she's prepared incantations for every person dear to her heart. When they pass away, an elegy will play in our minds. I am still in good health at present, but... Castle suddenly feels her blood run cold. Even if Babel can capture Castle, it is bound to suffer grave losses. Croesus was right. They can't unite. The division of Sarkaz will be the new norm. Even given a long time, the Sarkaz are unable to go from a weak community to a world leader. Most importantly, I pointed out another path to Teresa's. His plans in Londinium will have a greater chance of success if the Sarkaz crop the land with Originium and destroy their enemies. Isn't this a good thing? Such a determined race is now our followers. It will become the first brilliant bloodstain on the curtain of Originium as it spreads. That's right. We have no need to destroy them. No need to kill her. I should use the Civilite Eternal. I should try to guide its hidden functions, and then I wouldn't need to. Searching internal array. Administrator permissions found. Verified. Valid permissions. Welcome, Doctor. Entering shipwide defense system. Please confirm subsequent operation. Should I really let Babel continue their actions at this point? Am I really going to renounce the sacrifices of billions of our people in a distant past? Renounce their flesh and blood, ballads and songs. Renounce the spark that they have waited for tens of thousands of years. Renounce the Originium project, or for a race who doesn't even know what the barrier is. If, for the sake of Terra, Originium was stopped, if Teresa truly succeeds, then what have we been waiting for during the 10,000 years? Teresa and the races of Terra, did I really not have even the slightest chance of success? They do not. How could I be so naive as to believe that? They are disunited, narrow-minded, undeveloped. An accident of life, a fortunate survival, that's all. Lives have the right to believe in their own hopes. But we have no time left. It is right in front of us. Doctor? Doctor, can you hear me? That's strange. There are some peculiarities in the Doctor's emotions. Intense and shadowed. Doctor, what exactly? Look. There is the fiery light from the torn apart portal, like a smoldering gash across the sky. Only after centuries will it dissipate into nothingness. The stars are leaving from where we stand, like leaves trembling in the night. Yet that ship from Talos too, still arrived at these rubble-strewn ruins. That is life. That is what we lost after our final day. That is the ancient ode to dispel any darkness. To this day, we still don't understand how life appeared in this vast sea of stars. But I think we should sing the praises of all that lives, and sing our own praises as well. Originium is our song, the melody we offer to those who come after. Meddling with the evolution of civilization is arrogance. But I had no other choice. I've renegade on my promise. I have betrayed she who waited within time itself. It's because of the love I felt. Love for life, love for existence. Love is eternally pure. It leaves me unthinking. Kelsey, learn to love. Learn to believe. You have to think. Go and lead. Go and face the rolling stones that fall down the hills, screaming as they go. But in the end, I believe that you can learn to love. It is eternally pure. It is a child of every breathing creature. It is our nature. Go, Kelsey. Go see your surroundings, and see what lies by the most distant of mountains. Go seek what forms existence takes. I must go back. She had once taught me everything, once explored everything with fervor, but she has changed. She will not give me much time to act of my own accord. If you zoom in enough, you'll see the Enfield early access code. What kind of DPI would I need for that? May we meet again next time. We will meet again, Kelsey. I believe them. I believe in you, Kelsey. Kelsey, I do not have much time left. Search for traces of life. Search for hope in the future. Kelsey, go find your own answer. Find yourself.
you sure you want to disable the shipwide defense system? Doctor. Restart boarding ID verification. Selected. Confirmed. Restart shipwide communications modules. Selected. Confirmed. Loading. Countdown has reached 0. Fluorescence of the control panel reflects off the doctor's mask. As the screen shuts down, the face beneath the mask is shrouded in darkness again. How would you describe those who would pay any price to defend their people? Some would call them heroes, some would call them legends. For such titles best take root in the times of widespread war. As a short era of peace begins, in the space of a night, those living legends will all be relegated to the land of stories and tales. The children who hear such tales will ask, why have all the people who bear such grand titles disappeared?
Because they choose to stay in the past. They had seen through their duty, and the new era they found has no place for them. Legends are forgotten, heroes pass out of memory. And death arrives as it always does. None can escape it. Duty spurs a hero to write an answer with death, to tread a muddy road. That is our fate. 1086, the eve of Babel's departure from Castle. Perhaps after many years, those who were left behind and vanished after we built our home will join us in our causes. They will bear a name wrecked with infamy and settle this debate for us.
Perhaps.
The twins stand shoulder to shoulder. By means of the memories stored within the Black Crown, they walk along the battlefield of yesteryear, just as it was in the past. The two mixed-blood sarcasts step off the king's collapsed chariot, walking toward the battle. Walking toward the future. So this is where we part ways?
It is. Here where we join hands to change Castle, we part.
Even though you have been their king for so many years, times. You're as you were back then.
When we were still young, I would often prick my fingers as I was sewing, staining the robes as I would sell. Do you remember?
Yes.
At the time you were still a gloomy recruit, not allowed to wield a real sword, always dreaming of becoming a soldier of Castle one day. I, for my part, still did not understand why we had to hide wherever we went. Then came the day that royal court took note of my work, and I got to meet this. During that meeting, I summoned my courage to ask the King of Sarkas, where does our future lie? He had no answer, only bidding me to leave. Only once I saw our defeated troops return to their homeland to the city, in the ruins, did I finally understand. The answer I sought could not be found in other lands, but here, in Kasdal.
Kasdal will only return to glory once one of us is gone. The one who is destined to lose is you. Must you persist with this, Teresa?
There are many by my side who support me.
Most Sarkas who have suffered oppression and humiliation choose rebellion and violence. No matter if those who wish to remain or not, who remain wish or not, they will eventually be swept along by the tides and drawn into wars.
But our generation must do something. I do not wish for this hatred in my hand to pass on to the next, or continue to fester and grow anew. Even if I cannot change the future, the herb that will ignite the spark must be carried forward. I too must take charge of those who follow me.
Oh. The cries entering the wall do not come solely from Kasdal. There is no place for us anywhere in these lands. All I can do is give them a push. And so I will stay here, I choose to stay in the past, where the new generation of sarcasm will one day look back. Just like you. Oh, do I keep going? Do I keep going? Wait. Is there a story or is there not? I don't know. But anyway. Okay, there is story. Outside Rhodes Island of Babel. Castle. It's defenseless, as the regent said. Keep quiet. Stay alert. Stick to the original route and find the king. A route and B route. Stand by. Their main force is not on the ship. They will need time to call for support. Babel's guards still haven't noticed us. His Highness was right. There is someone high up in the enemy's chain of command helping us. All units, enter the ship. We settle this quickly. Avoid anything unexpected. "10 minutes ago, I was roused by a strange sound. Babel is continually being maintained and renovated. It has already seen massive changes compared to when she first arrived in her new home. Maybe Closure's busy fixing things again?" The doctor left Amia many picture books in her room, which illustrated stories she had never heard of before. Her favorite is one that tells of someone who falls from the sky riding a fantastical vehicle, and the many adventures that come of it. But she is not fond of the ending. The hero repairs the vehicle and has to return to the sky, saying goodbye to the children on the ground. "I really don't like all this noise. The doctor still isn't here. Teresa. I need to go find Teresa." "Hello, Mr. Downing. You dropped your pliers on the ground. Here." "Thank you, Amia. Where are you going?" "I'm going to the speaker's office to find Teresa." "Alright, have you seen the doctor?" "Doctor? It's been a few days. That one ought to be in the command center overseeing the operation, I think." "I knew the doctor must be busy with something." "Okay, bye-bye." "Don't run so fast, Amia. There's still a lot of places being overhauled in the ship, so make sure you don't trip." That girl really is. Ugh. This one's handled. Proceed. Our men on the inside are already on standby at every ambush spot. We can begin a coordinated assault at any time. If you see anyone, don't hesitate. Those left on the ship are no threat. "I brought my book, Teresa." "Huh? Why is the door shut?" "Teresa, it's me. Are you in there?" "Closure once told me another way to open the door." "It's open." "Teresa." "What are you doing here, Amio?" "I heard some loud noises that sounded really close. I got a little scared." "We can go home soon. You look tired. Would you like to stay with me while I work?" "Is this a storybook?" "I see. Well, as long as it's for you, I think I could take a short break. Doctor and Dr. Kelsey won't mind." "Thank you, Teresa." "Alright, come sit over here. Once we finish this story, I'll take you to my homeland to play." So, where did we leave off last time? Stand back, Dokuro. You are covered in the blood of the mediocre. Only some here is making ridiculous comments on the situation. Nobody should be making light of their pair, siblings' lives or deaths at this moment. It is a grave disrespect. Should you not be retreating and defending the inner city right now? That's a limp. That has nothing to do with the war I'm waiting for.
Teresa's asked you to come and ensure her death.
Is this not you being contemptuous of these siblings yourself? The Regent would not stoop to such methods. I'm only here to witness the end of this war, and the beginning of another. If the King of Sarkaz is struck down, I will bear the deathly pall of this moment. On behalf of the King, I will witness the victory I grasp from the abyss. So, you still feel sorrow? As do you.
The wreath of reeds slowly sinks into the riverbed. The gloomy mists have not dispersed for days. Senel, are you still by her side? For whom does the elegy ring out? Why did you stop, Teresa? We just got to the important part of the story. I thought I'd leave a little suspense for you, Amiya. Would you mind if I used another, more comfortable way to tell you the story? But, okay. Watch out, Amiya. A bubble! Huh? This is...
Black ripples continuously wash over the pure white room, as though Amiya has plunged into a pool filled with ink. The black bubbles cut off all sound, just as they obscure Amiya's sight. Beyond the bubbles, Teresa's figure becomes more and more indistinct, retreating further into the distance.
Teresa? Stay inside for now, Amiya. Sleep well. You will be safe by my side.
Teresa, Your Highness. We will use our lives as proof of the future that the General pursues.
No, I was sighing about something else. Honestly, there is no need to cover your face in front of me. I still remember you from back when you accepted Ulysses' orders for Freddie's chariot. Your heroism and valor in that battle moved me. I remember most of your fellows as well. You're all worthy of the title of Brave Warrior, in no way inferior to those heroes fighting in Castle at this very moment.
We aren't covering our faces to hide our identities. We knew they would do nothing here. We have cut off our horns, abandoned our names, even destroyed every inch of our skin that could be used to identify us. Also that after we use such wretched methods to kill the King of Sarkaz, we will not be remembered by the Sarkaz. We can't be remembered. Do it. The rushing air engulfs the assassin's blades like a swamp, as they incessantly stab forwards. The trembling of the blades causes the air surrounding them to resonate. They press on. They continue to stab. The ones holding the blades are buffeted and submerged by waves they cannot resist.
I remember your names. I remember you, Luca. You held back a steam knight on your own. You hid yourself within the steam to pull them out, and beheaded them for friend and foe.
The assassin's life fades away.
I remember you too, Lions. Out of the countless Sarkaz with that name, you're the one who stood up most. After being taken captive by Spycasters, you freed 3 of your compatriots from the camp and destroyed their art circle.
Another death, and yet it cannot stop them from approaching Teresa.
And then you, Evan. You took an arrow for Teresa's, losing an arm in the process, but survived hell itself until you managed to retreat. I do not wish for you all to die nameless and unknown. At the very least, I will remember.
Warm corpses pile up by her side. All the room she has left to stand is whittled away, little by little. She sighs, wiping the blood from her neck, accidentally smearing the dark red across her white dress. I want to do something for the Sarkaz before we die, so now we stand before you. We have come to kill you, the king we once swore an oath of loyalty to. You know your strength better than anyone, so allow us damn traitors to escort you to hell. This makes me sad. God damn it, Doctor. What? Why did you have to do this?
Teresa? What happened? It's okay, Amiya. I'm here. I'll take care of things.
Reading. PRTS success detected. Searching internal array. Administrator permissions found. Are you sure you want to disable all defense systems? Confirmed. Optimal route calculated. Data uploaded. Safety window countdown has begun. PRTS standing by.
Is this your final decision, Doctor? My kid, I honor your resolve to die for your goal.
Unidentified targets detected. Activating alarm. Alarm cancelled by administrator. Optimal route loaded into command system. Tactical configuration complete. Safety window countdown has begun. Immediate action required. You want me to do this? Can I? Oh. Okay. Wait. So they go this way, they go... Should I have not done that? But I don't think it would have made a difference, right? I'm just doing shit because I want to see what happens. I want to see what happens. And then I will actually die, right? I will actually lose life and I will die. So we'll fail the stage, right?
Is this you, Teresa? I'm wrapped in some invisible bubble. I can't see or hear anything.
Amiya, I never thought it would end like this.
Thought we would have more time. The King of Sarkas. I wish I did not have to pass this burden to you so suddenly. But the truth is too cruel for you now, Amiya. Someday you'll be able to decide if my decision was right or wrong.
That's right. You can kill me instead. I will take it. So I have to do it. Okay, fine. God damn it. God damn it. I don't want to.
闇に身を置いてこそ
But I don't want to.
見てみたいだと。いいや、お前はこちら側の
We'll
人
skip
間で
ahead
はない。
though. I don't want to. It's savage that they actually make us put a block like this, you know? Because that's basically saying, yeah, it's our choice that she dies. God damn it.
Goodbye, Amio. It will all be over when you wake up.
Mission accomplished.
That's it? The last thing Amia remembers is sleeping inside the black bubble. Teresa gently creating the bubble wrapped around her, telling her a story that she has already heard many times before.
Within the desert of despair live many terrible shadows, forever chasing the little puppet of who is seeking for hope. The black cloaked shadows were the echoes of the oldest despair and sadness. If they catch you, you will never escape them. Within the desert, the little puppet met the king, who was covered in pure gold and precious gems. The king told the little puppet that if he went back to the way you came, he would be given riches beyond measure. Despite the king pulling him back, the little puppet ignored the captivating gems, pressed onwards. But very soon, the black cloaked shadows caught him. They kept throwing themselves at him, over and over again, relentlessly. Bang, bang, bang. The puppet took out a long spear made of a needle and some threads, fighting the shadows, until finally, after knocking aside the shadows' sharp talons, he managed to escape. He ran as fast as he could until he reached a large river of tears. There was neither boat nor weeds, so all the little puppet could do was swim across. As he soaked in his tears, he began to sink, until he touched the riverbed. He had failed.
Hello, Lulu Gaming. Welcome to the stream. At BB9 right now. Just about to finish this, and then I'm about to call the stream there, so...
Is this how the story ended? Amia could not believe. Maybe Teresa read it wrong? She anxiously wished for Teresa to change the ending of the story. Teresa. Yes? Can we save the little puppet? You wish to save him? I do. I really, really do.
All sound fades away. The bubble obstructing Amia's sight dissipates. Teresa's figure becomes clearer and clearer. Out of the corner of her eye, she sees dark red seep out of the black cloaked shadows lying down on the ground. Who are these people? When did they arrive here? Why are they lying on the ground? Amia had so many questions she wanted to ask Teresa. She did her best to open her eyes wide. She sees a white dress stained crimson. She sees Teresa's bloodshot eyes. Was Teresa okay? Amia wants to ask Teresa about her injuries, but she could not make a sound.
It's okay, Amia. I'm here. I beat those bad people from the stories.
What happened to Teresa? Amia wants to wipe the weariness off of Teresa's face, but she could not move her hands.
I'm sorry. I can't change the end of the story. But you can, Amia. You will walk along a difficult path, just like the little puppet who tried to cross the river of tears. All I can do is help you is bestow this crown of black upon you. For 10,000 years, the limitations imposed by history led my people to misuse this crown. It has been stained. It has been bound. but it should not have been so. If we are to break this curse, to break fate itself, I need your help. Do you want to rewrite the ending? Amiya wants to say I do. She cannot utter a word. She anxiously nods her head, thinking that perhaps she could help Teresa by saying yes. Perhaps she could save her. Though there is not much strength left in me, it is enough for me to transfer its permission to you. I have sealed most of it away, so that its boundless information does not overwhelm your mind. Forgive me, Amiya, making you bear the weight of this crown. I thought that I could be there for you much longer. I could watch you grow up. I could stand with you when you bravely faced your parents' passing. I could hear you answer my questions yourself. Your answer as to whether or not you wish to follow in my footsteps. But there's not enough time left for us, Amiya. I now selfishly consign this weight that I bear upon you. Sorry, child. Mia tries to scream, but she cannot open her mouth, cannot move her limbs. A black blade seems to penetrate her chest. She ought to feel pain, but this blade leaves behind any warmth. A warmth brimming with hope. Amiya, it is hope, and also pain. You will be confused. You will hesitate. But please, trust Dr. Kasi. Trust that she will always stand by your side. She will help you dredge back up the secrets of survival. You can bear it, can't you, Amiya? You've always been a strong girl, one that never ceases to amaze me. I'm so very tired. Thank you, Amiya, for the joy you have given me, ever since the day we met. Now, just for a while, sleep. Sleep in peaceful slumber. I will always be with you. Teresa hears a familiar voice. Amiya! Teresa does not raise her head to look at the one who just arrived. The crown has left her and found another. Her breath grows feeble and feebler still. Doctor, there was no need for you to come. I felt your emotions. I saw your past. You could have waited elsewhere, waited for my death to come. You knew that this time I would not escape or retreat. Are you here for Amiya? Perhaps. Teresa does not need to hear the answer. Behind the one she asked, a tide of assassins pours out of the shadows, pushing towards Teresa. So that is your answer, Doctor. Doctor makes me mad. Alright, we're leaving the last to next time. I'm gonna take a break and I'll be back in about 10 minutes or so. 10 to 15 minutes for some Persona 3. So thanks guys for watching. We're gonna be doing some grinding with Persona 3. We'll be back with Arknights next week. I'm not sure if it'll be Tuesday. Probably Tuesday, because I think FGO event only really kicks up on Thursday. So yeah. Thanks again guys for watching. We'll be back in a moment. See you guys later.